Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My hair's a mess, but that's okay. So what matters is that I get this video out for you guys and that you guys benefit from it, and who cares how messy my hair is, right? But today I wanted to talk to you guys about 7 things that you should be decluttering every day. Don't let this overwhelm you because they're like in no way, shape, or form difficult. They're just little reminders of things that you could do as you go about your day that'll make your life overall a lot easier. And you'll notice that a lot of these are like either tech related or sometimes even like self-care related. But I just wanted to share these with you guys so that you have something to sort of tick off your to-do list that'll help you in the long run, but also keeps you feeling productive during the day because it's one of those little tasks. Before I start, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please consider doing so. It means the whole world to me. Honestly guys, every time that subscriber count goes up, I get so excited. And introduce yourselves in the comments if you're new here because I really like getting to know all of you. And make sure to like this video, and with that, let's get right into it. So the first thing you should be decluttering every day is your email inbox. What I mean is that as you receive emails, especially if you have your email on your phone, for example, like I do, either categorize them, archive them, but make sure that you're just dealing with them as they come in, because the thing is that your email inbox could be a great way to sort your to-dos. And this is something I do with my email inbox, where I only leave in my main inbox the emails that I still have to deal with. So let's say that like someone messages me and needs something from me, like one of my business partners, I will leave that in my inbox until it is dealt with. And this way, every time I open my inbox, I have like a clear reminder of the things that I still have to do and tackle. And what I do if I get like a spam email or just like junk email, I'm gonna show you guys. So take this email that I just got, for example, from PayPal. This is a little monthly donation that I make to children.org to help a kid that I sponsor. If I read it, I've dealt with it, there's like no pending to-do list on it. What I like to do is I like to click on this button right here, and this button right here archives the email. So it doesn't delete it, which means that if I, for example, need to go back to it someday, I can still search it up, it's not gone, but it takes it out of my inbox. So I'll just click on it and it just archives. And I find that doing this keeps my inbox very clear, and it's just easy for me to see the things I still have to deal with. I also make sure to either unfollow or unsubscribe any emails that are just spam. So for example, if I were to get a promotional email from a brand that I no longer really care about, as soon as I get it, I would immediately unsubscribe from it. This keeps me from having to go in, like I said, and do like an hour worth of cleaning up my inbox. And it's just something that you should be decluttering every day. You can also apply this for social media accounts, by the way. So while you're scrolling on your feed, if you come across any content from someone you no longer want to follow or just that doesn't bring you much joy, just go and unfollow those accounts as you go, because you'll find that you'll tailor your feed a lot more to your needs throughout your journey on that app, instead of having to like sit down and really just declutter it. Thing number 2 that you should be decluttering every day are receipts. And my personal technique for this is that whenever I go somewhere and I come home with a receipt, well, if I have the option to ask for a receipt online, like to have them send it to my email, which is sometimes possible, I do that. Like for example, I just paid for my year membership at the tennis academy near here, and I had them email the receipt. So if you can do that, awesome. If you can't do that, make sure that as soon as you get home, let's say from grocery shopping, you either ask yourself like, do I need this receipt or do I not? And if you need it for some reason, what you can always do is scan it, take a picture of it, store it digitally so you can actually get rid of the paper itself. The reason I like storing things digitally is because sometimes I do need receipts, like say for a business cost, but if I scan them onto my phone or to the cloud, I can add tags to it and I can easily find it. And one of the things I like doing is using the Notes app that comes on the iPhone. What I'll do is I'll just long press on the app, and one of the options that appears is to scan the document. So I press right there, and then it opens the application within the phone itself, and as you can see, it's like trying to scan the square of my closet. That's because it would usually recognize a document. I'm trying to find something that I could like, so show you guys. Yeah, so the app automatically recognizes the square of the paper. Obviously not right now because I'm doing a terrible job at this, but yeah, it would recognize it, it would automatically take it, and if you see, It's so clear that it looks like an actual scan, so I want to open it for you guys. It looks like an actual scan from a scanner. It's actually insane how good this app works, and it's free. You don't need to be paying for anything. Ooh. As you save it, it allows you to either organize it in a specific folder or add tags to it. So it's really great. And this keeps me from having to deal with a big amount of paper eventually. The third thing you should be decluttering every day is your workspace after work. And it doesn't matter if you work in an office or if you work at home or what kind of work you do. Let's say that you are a clothes designer and you do a lot of drawing during the day, or you're like me and you work as a freelancer in marketing and you use your computer a lot. Make sure to go through your workspace after your work day and just get rid of anything that doesn't need to be there, any loose papers. Clear up your cables, at least the ones that you're not going to be using the next day. And you'll find two things. One, it really helps your mind sort of establish like, okay, now is the end of my work day. Like I am turning off work mode now and turning on like personal life mode. And two, it makes it really, really welcoming for you to come into work the next day, because instead of getting met with just this amount of clutter and a crazy workspace that you can barely fit your laptop on, you're coming to your office or to your desk and seeing just a clear space ready for you to start your day. And it's just like a great energizing way to begin working. Number 4 is to clear your mind at the end of the day. You could also choose to do this at the beginning of the day, completely up to you. And if you haven't tried meditation or you're not someone who meditates, I wanted to just leave you with a piece of advice that my psychologist gave to me recently, which is that a lot of people think that sort of meditating is a process and has like an end goal. So a lot of people believe that when you're meditating, you're supposed to sit there and the goal is to have no thoughts. And it's actually the exact opposite. You're just supposed to learn to sit with your thoughts, let them flow, watch them as they come and go, sort of take a mental note of the things that your brain is thinking about. And for me, at least, it allows me to really declutter my mind. And an advice that I took from my therapist recently was to sort of, as I'm sitting there and letting my thoughts kind of flow, to take a mental note of whatever thoughts I'm having and to write them down as soon as I'm done with my meditation session. And the reason I like this so much is that it gives me a purpose for those 5, 10, 20 minutes of meditation. Instead of me just sitting there with like no real purpose, it's allowing me to like, okay, I should, you know, write this down, make an actual physical note of it. And then I dump it onto a piece of paper as I'm done. If you're not very big into meditation, something else you could try doing is just making a to-do list or dumping onto paper any pesky thoughts that you're having. So let's say that at the end of the day, you're super overwhelmed because you didn't finish everything that you needed to, and you know, you're like, oh God, I'm gonna forget all these things. Sit down, write it all down, make a to-do list for the next day, and it will really let your brain sort of offload those worries into tangible things on a list that you can cross off the next day. Give that a try, it's really helped me. Thing number 5 you should be decluttering every day are your drop zones. If you have an area of your home where you usually drop off your keys or your face masks or your shoes, make sure that, you know, as you're leaving things, that you're clearing it up. I know a lot of people like putting things at the bottom of their staircases or the top if they have to take something up or down. Make sure that you're actively just doing that throughout your day. If you go upstairs, take whatever it is that you need to take with you, or if you put down your keys and you see a bunch of old masks lying around, grab them, put them in the trash. If you clear these drop zones as you go, they never become very big problem zones. They're just doing their job of being drop zones. I hope this makes sense to you guys. Item number 6 that you should, or thing number 6 that you should be decluttering every day is the chair. I think we all know the chair. Maybe for you it's not a chair or it's just a bench or the bottom of your bed, but if you're anything like me, at the end of the day or while you're getting dressed, you're ending up dumping clothes on some surface. For me, that's personally a chair. I tend to put pieces on that I want to like use the next day or something like that. And if I don't keep up with it and I don't really ask myself every morning, am I really gonna wear this again? Does it need to go in the wash? Does it need to go back in the closet? It ends up staying there for a really long time. So just make sure that you're doing that every day as you go. When you're getting dressed, maybe when you're putting something new on the chair, maybe see if there's something old that you can take out. Again, this doesn't have to be overwhelming or take up a lot of your time. It's just something you're supposed to be doing like in the flow of your day. Last but not least, area number 7 that I recommend decluttering every day is your kitchen counter. Kitchen counters are just known for getting cluttered super fast, either with cups or bowls or mail or just a bunch of random things. They're just like such a handy surface to drop things off. But if you're just wiping it down at the end of the day, clearing things up, putting the coffee back where it belongs, then the next day you're gonna feel like the space is a lot more inviting and it's just gonna be less overwhelming. At least personally for me, I find that cluttered areas overwhelm me. So I really enjoy just walking into a freshly clean kitchen every morning. So I try to do that as much as possible. Now we're living with my parents for a little bit while we're like in between homes, and my mom does that a lot. So I'm not doing that too much, which is a luxury, and I recognize that and I'm very grateful for it. But yeah, if you guys have any other areas that you think would be worth recommending for people to declutter every day, make sure you leave them down below in the comments because it could help someone, you never know. And with that, thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see you guys in my next video.